Welcome back to the S&T podcast. Today we're going to be talking about the 49ers and Buccaneers in the good old National Football League. Both teams 4-1. I'd say before the season, unless you were a 49ers and Buccaneers fan, nobody would have predicted you started the season off this good. But, good for the 49ers. They got Mac Jones coming in, replacing an injured Brock Purdy, and just picking up the baton right where Brock left off. Just slinging the rock. No Debo this year. Christian McCaffrey's played really, really well. Still have a good receiving core. Still have George Kittle. Well, actually, they don't have George Kittle at the moment, but George Kittle's still on the team, just injured. Going up against the Buccaneers, Levante David. I don't know how many years he's been in the league, but he's still making things happen. Had the game-winning interception last week to beat Sam Darnold and the Seahawks with a game-winning field goal at the end. Baker Mayfield is
great.
What was that?
Great game.
Great game.
I watched that game. Beautiful.
And that was one of my bets actually last week, and I was out to eat with my parents, and there was a really nasty storm, and the restaurant we were in lost power, so they had the Buccaneers game on, and I was watching the ending while I was eating my food, and then the power goes out. I look at the ESPN app, and Buccaneers are down 35-28 with how long was left? Like 2 minutes or less or something like that. And I'm like, okay, well, there goes my best bet. There goes my money. Baker Mayfield.
Baker to the
Baker
rescue.
He said, "Hold my beer, young man. I will get you your money." And he went down the field, scored the touchdown, and my boy Levante David, Nebraska alum, greatest linebacker in Nebraska history, game-winning interception, kicked the field goal to win the game. Loved that game. So,
and Baker Mayfield, Boomer Sooner, baby, don't forget.
I can't go. We got Levante. We got the vet, Baker Mayfield, a Boomer Sooner for Saison here. And we got Levante David, leader on the defense, big time vet, old man, Mr. Unk, carrying the defense year after year. Still making plays. Still making, it looks like he's still 25. It's crazy. But anyway, shout out Levante, shout out the Buccaneers. I got the Buccaneers in this one. Can't go against Baker Mayfield or my boy Levante. And honestly, I'm not even trying to make a biased pick. I think the Buccaneers win this game. The Buccaneers have found a way to win week after week. So give me the Bucs. What do you think, Saison?
Love that. Yes, shout out to Levante and Baker. Coming from our beautiful schools, Oklahoma and Nebraska. This game right here, Tampa Bay hosting against San Francisco. Both of these teams are coming in with great starts to the season. One loss each for both of them. Both of them have been really gritty this season. Both of them have been pulling out one possession, walk-off field goal type games week after week. And really surprised by the Niners. You talked about the Bucs, so let me talk about the Niners. Really surprised by what the Niners are doing because, as usual, the Niners have been affected by the injury bug, like they are every season. George Kittle has been banged up. Brock Purdy hasn't played in a couple weeks, and all of a sudden, Mac Jones? Yes, Mac Jones comes into the fray, and he's balling out for the Niners. He just went for 3 touchdowns and 200, 300 yards last week. I'm like, where was this when you were on the Patriots? Never mind that. But Mac Jones finally playing up to his potential over there in San Francisco, and he has that team. He's keeping them above water because if it wasn't for how well he was playing right now, I don't think they would be 4-1 or 5-1, whatever they are. So shout out to him for how well he's doing right there. Of course, it is the system. Mike Shanahan, of course, doesn't matter who's playing for the Niners, they're going to be fine. But the fact that they're being able to overcome these injuries as well and still competing as well as they are, especially when in a league where like the Ravens are 1-4, so it's hard. It's hard out here to win games. So the Niners are doing very well, leading the NFC West right now. The NFC West is super competitive, so they're going to have to keep this up if they expect to win this division because the Seahawks are good, the Rams are decent. Matthew Stafford's doing his thing. The Cardinals are, they're still there. So this is going to be a really competitive division. We'll see if the Niners can keep it up, but they look good so far. On the other side, Baker Mayfield. I mean, what? Baker Mayfield is the story of the NFL so far this season. He is the MVP right now. If you didn't know, the MVP race, it's him and Jared Goff. Baker Mayfield is balling out of his mind. Like anybody who said Baker Mayfield wasn't good, like they're eating crows. They're eating crow's feet right now because they look stupid. Colin Coward, you look stupid. You look stupid. The way you was talking
Yeah.
about Baker when he came out of college and he was on the Browns, you look stupid, Colin. Baker Mayfield is one of the best quarterbacks in the NFL right now. He's got to be like top 10 at this point, if not top 5. Like this man is absolutely dominating through the air and on the ground as well. He can run the ball as well. He's doing his thing. Uh, it seems like Tom Brady didn't even leave Tampa Bay. Did he leave? Did he leave, Tom?
Well, I mean, Baker
Did
Baker
Tom
runs
Brady
a lot.
retire or is he still out there balling out? I can't tell.
Hey man, Baker can run a lot quicker than Tom could. I'll tell you that. He
Hey,
also runs a little bit tougher. Sometimes he doesn't slide.
hey, and as a Tom Brady number one fan, I've been a fan of Tom Brady for my entire life. He is the GOAT, and I won't even debate with anybody about who the GOAT is. We know who the GOAT is. I can even admit that Baker is playing better for the Bucks right now than Tom did when he was there. And Tom won a Super Bowl there. So that tells you
So
all you need
far,
to know about what Baker's
so
doing
far, so far,
so
so
far.
far this season.
So far this season. But Baker looks great. And even like you say, even Tom couldn't move how Baker moved. So Baker's doing things that even he couldn't do. The Buccaneers, the sky's the limit for this team. This team can beat anybody. This team can go toe to toe with any team in the league. Even the one game they lost against the Eagles, they started off really bad. It was a really bad first half, but then Baker brought them back, and they only ended up losing by one score. Like this team can play with anybody, and if the playoffs started today, I don't know if
Mm,
anybody in the NFC can beat them. I don't know
mm.
if anybody in the NFC is going to beat them. They're the
You
best
know,
team in the NFC right now, man.
I think they have a really good mixture of veterans and young players, and then everywhere in between. Like sometimes you see teams where they kind of overload. Like, for example, I guess the Pittsburgh Steelers this season. I mean, how many veterans did they sign? Where they almost overload the team with veterans, all coming in all their first year playing together. They've played against each other longer. You know what I mean? They've played against each other longer than they'll play with each other. And even if they play together for 2 seasons, like they'll still have played against each other more than with each other. So, just like per season wise, actually, not like game to game wise, but I think the Buccaneers always do a really good job of bringing in veterans and consistently drafting good young talent and then developing that where so like for example just the receivers you have Mike Evans, Chris Godwin, and how do Amika
Emeka
Egbuka.
Ibuka.
Yeah, so
I
you
want to talk
have
about him.
the guy that's gonna he's a Hall of Famer, he's about to retire soon. You have Chris Godwin. He's kind of the middleman. You know, he's not really an NFL journeyman or anything like that, but you know what I mean. Like he's been in the league enough years where he's just like a middleman. He knows the game. He knows his process. And then you have the rookie. So it's like and they do that consistently. And then with their quarterback, they had Jameis for a while, but Jameis would lead the league in passing touchdowns and then lead the league in interceptions at the same time. And then they've gone up and down with the quarterbacks. Then they landed Tom Brady finally, and then now they have Baker, and I think Baker's picked up the baton from Tom Brady, and the defense hasn't changed. The defense the same. The defense for Tampa is basically the same as the receiving core for Tampa. They consistently always have. They have the old man. They have the 5 year guy that's been there for 5 years that they drafted, and then they have the guy that they just drafted that's playing really well. For a rookie, as you would say. But so I like Tampa. I like their team. They got a good culture, good coach. But that's all I got to say about that game. I like Tampa.
And just my ending point right there. By the way, Emeka Ibuka, the rookie out of Ohio State, he's balling out too. Last week he had like 3 touchdowns, uh, 200 yards, something like that. This man is going crazy. He's fitting right into the offense beautifully. He's already become Baker's favorite target. So that's another reason why they're playing so well. But to piggyback off what you said, one thing I love about the Bucks is that they're like the one team in the league that does not change like too much. Like they keep their core. They keep the guys that make them who they are and help them win games year after year. Veterans, like you said, Levante David, Mike Evans, Chris Godwin, just year after year bringing these guys back. They don't let them walk away. They don't trade them away. They keep them. They bring them back. They make sure that they are the staple of their locker room, and they make sure they are the staple of how they play on the field. And that's why the Bucks are one of the most consistent teams in the league. What they made the playoffs like 6 years in a row now at least. Like this team is so consistent because they continue to bring back the guys that help them get to where they go. They don't let them walk. They don't argue with them about how much money to pay them. They pay them. They take care of them. They bring them back, and that's why they don't leave. Mike Evans has not left. Chris Godwin has not left. They keep coming back because they love this team and the team loves them. And this is how you treat your teams. Cleveland, uh Oakland, Detroit. Well, not anymore, but like teams
Yeah.
like that need to take a hint. The Bengals about how to treat your players so that you continue to win games and continue to go to the playoffs year after year. Y'all need to take notes. Take notes from Tampa Bay. The coach. They keep bringing back the same coach. Why? Because he's a great coach. Blanking on his name right now. The former Jets coach. The African American gentleman.
Oh,
Uh,
well,
uh,
and what
but
he was the coordinator before
he's just a great
oh
coach. Like he's one of the best coaches in the league.
yeah.
Why he keeps coming back because he is the guy there. And so like the Bucks have the recipe. So other teams need to take notes. Chicago, uh like y'all suck. Y'all need to take notes about how to run a team. So that's all I gotta say.
Yeah, so it was Bruce Arians, and then now it's Todd Bowles.
Todd Bowles. Yep, Todd Bowles. Shout out Todd Bowles.
Yeah, shout out
Very
Todd Bowles.
underrated, one of the best coaches in the league.
Yes, amen.
Hey Tom, I gotta get up out of here.
All right.